It's Week 11 of the NFL. Coming up, we've got Aaron Rodgers. Solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Bengals and the Ravens on Thursday night primetime.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, it's a rematch from last year's AFC wildcard game, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they've been cooking these last couple months, winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And if you extrapolate that out to a full season, they'd be 14.
The NFL season is hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
Brandon, it's always nice when you get recognized with an individual award. And he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week. But when you do it in a win, so much the better.
Absolutely. And he was all talking about that win, not so much the award he received on Wednesday.
And it's a nice-looking award. I wonder if he took it home, you know, got out of the car, showed it off to the kids in the neighborhood, passed it around. What did he do with it?
That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop it.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have its hands full all night long.
Well, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
Second down.
Throwing is Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's pulled in at the 32. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following the 7-yard return. And the Ravens will take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They will be led out by a 2nd-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass. They didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. A short one here caught by McBride. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. On play action, Lock. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Only took them 3 plays, and they're already in the red zone, just like that.
It's early, but it never took me sure right here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games, too? What the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
Haskins now on 1st and 10. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. To throw in his lock. Oh, and for the first time this season, he's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Bengals are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Once more, they turn to Patterson. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 11 carries, 80 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. On 1st and 10, it's Algier. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Connecting here with Pittman on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game of their victory a week ago. What's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
And they'll throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. Back to the ground now. Patterson. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. 3rd down and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. That is caught. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
They'll give to Algier out of the gun. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. 3rd and 5. Rodgers going to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Bengals first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Now a carry for Algier, headed right. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. To throw is Rodgers. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I like his awareness in the pocket there. Nowhere to go with the football. So instead of forcing it to the sideline, he's going to put this one into the harbor and live to fight another down without getting wet.
To the right side and complete to Atwell. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Nice job defensively to hold them to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Michael Pittman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. From his end zone, Wilson. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On the option left, it's locked. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Evans out of the gun. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Complete. Smith has it. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the 1st. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to make it 4th down. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here's Michael Pittman and the rest of this offense getting set for the upcoming drive. Last drive, the touchdown, 4 catches, really good. He was. They were not good on the other side trying to stop him. What do they need to do?
Well, this is where the entire staff has to get involved because we always focus on the defensive coordinator. But he needs help from other people with their eyes and their expertise, and he needs to listen to them. And sometimes you just can't afford to wait on a drive and say, okay, let's get to the sidelines and start over. You need to find a way in the middle of that drive to start taking away what's hurting you.
Yeah, in-series adjustments, and how do you do that?
Well, what you do is you listen to what everyone else is telling you, what they're seeing, the patterns that are developing, and maybe you just start running extra bodies to take away that particular player.
Still 2nd down.
So the penalty erases their earlier loss. Now it's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Rodgers. Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now it's Rodgers. This one left side, caught by Patterson. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, a run with Patterson. And he's got a Bengals first down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
Partner, those are back-to-back 6-yard runs, and if they're going to continue to get those types of plays, shoot, you just keep running the same stuff, don't you?
Yeah, it was 1st and 10, then 2nd and 4. Now 1st and 10 again. Trying the left side with Algier. He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd and 10. Algier with another carry. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. An injury stoppage here, and that's Marquise Brown, who appears to be shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Now, Bengals on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This will be 3rd and 6. On play action, now Rodgers. Connects with Kittle underneath. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Locke. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
And room to run as he's out past the 35-yard line. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 3. Now pitching it out to Evans. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Locke gonna throw. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Rodgers now to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on third down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. On 1st down, Rock. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
He's going to look deep for more. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
On to punt, Jamie Gillen. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. Just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. And Boyd going to pick up a Bengals 1st down as the tackle made up around the 33-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That one too wide and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. Some good-looking matchups on your screen there. One of the best, yeah, I'll say it, it's in Cleveland. A big test there for the Browns, as they'll have to contend with the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Finally, on Monday Night Football, one of the games of the year, the Super Bowl rematch. Eagles, Chiefs, Arrowhead, 7:15 Central Time. This has been a hard-fought battle thus far. Just the one touchdown to this point is still anybody's game at 7-0, as both of these defenses have been out there trying to one-up one another.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The Bengals with 2 extra DBs, a nickel look on third.
Blanketing the passing lanes.
Block now to throw. Check down, complete to Haskins. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch called for Nate at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Rodgers. Dumps this one off to Algier. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. He'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got this to Algier. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Fielded at about the 28. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And out will come the offense as they take over. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done it.
Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
So here are the Bengals set to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Handing it off, right side, Algier. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here. Here's Algier again on 2nd down. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 35.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And Akers, he is not going to get there. They mark him short of the first. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
On the give, Algier headed left. And he's got it down to the 28.
Holding offense.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you could have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Will be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Encroachment. Defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So the penalty erases their earlier loss. Now it's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Rodgers.
The toss here completed to Pittman.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now whistles and a flag. And I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Here's Rodgers.
They're going right back to Pittman.
And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it'll be 4th down. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Ravens ready to take over.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
An option give to McBride.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Holding offense.
That's Garrett Bowles, the former first-round pick, the guilty party.
Haskins on the counter.
And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On the give, here's McBride.
And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
They look to throw. It's Locke. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a 1st down. Throwing now is Rodgers. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Algier now up the middle.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
52 yards rushing for him now to this point. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Algier will try to pick it up.
And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up 1st downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers.
And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with 2nd and just 2 yards to go.
On 2nd, here's Algier.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th.
So 1st down, and they'll stick with Algier.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9. They'll stick with Algier.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. From the 3rd team now, they work on 1st and 10. Give to Algier from the shotgun.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
The 6-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. George Kittle from 6 yards away.
And the Bengals are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage.
You got it figured out by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Extra point attempt to follow here. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Setting up the screen for Haskins. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Throwing now is Locke. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time they face a 3rd and 2. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Rodgers' throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 43-yard line.
Algier going straight ahead, and he'll be stopped at the 46, gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Still 3rd down.
They'll run for it with Algier. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second.
Lock to throw on second down. Wilson's got it complete. That one a first down pickup of 8. And quickly they get to the line. Lock now on first down. And that one complete downfield to Cup. And they rally quickly defensively after the grab, but he gets it to the 42. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. It's now 2nd and 10.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Lock looks to throw it again.
That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 24-yard line.
19 yards.
Here's Lock.
And that's too tall for his receiver. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On second down, here's Lock.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now Lock. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
Starting the drive with Algier.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Holding. Offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line.
Brings up 2nd down.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23.
Brought down at the 25.
Here's 3rd and 7.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
On the give, it's Algier.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
78 yards rushing for him now on 25 carries. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They'll give to Algier out of the gun.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
3rd and 4.
Rodgers now to throw.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
To the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Algier with another carry.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And his carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Certainly not the highest of scoring games, Charles. Their offense did some okay things. Not a lot of points on the board, but enough for the win with how their defense was playing in this one.
Yeah, they certainly brought their A game, didn't they? They weren't fooled by anything that was presented to them from start to finish. That defense, they might as well have told their offense, guys, just kick a field goal. We've got it today.
So for the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.